Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Strategic Logistics Insights podcast. I hope you enjoyed the previous episodes and found them beneficial. And also, I hope all of you in good health and well-being wherever you are. Are you ready for the new episode? I hope you are. If so, let's continue navigating the world of book together. In this episode, I am going to summarize the 5th chapter of the Strategic Logistics Management book, which is entitled The Fundamentals of Strategic Management. Aside from decisions related to the numerous daily and urgent issues that must be resolved promptly, the decisions that have long-term effects are crucial for businesses. Those which effects are felt within a period of days or hours are, of course, less important, no matter how urgent they are. These differences provide a distinction between strategic, tactical, and operational decisions at the company level. Let's exemplify the issue in a very familiar context. Every decisions and actions of a football team manager to reach a successful rank at the end of the season by managing its human, financial and physical resources, which are its players, equipment, team bus, preferred shoes, facilities, and etc. are within the borders of strategy. However, the decisions taken and changes made by the coach in response to a sudden injury or a goal conceded at an unexpected time are at the tactical level. Finally, a goalkeeper's or captain's decision and actions to take precautions by shouting his team members regarding an opposing player who displaced himself during an attack can be considered at the operational level. The traditional approach in strategic management is that senior managers make strategic decisions that affect the entire business, and which effects are felt for many years, such as the main field of activity, strategies, and customer environment. These strategic decisions give middle managers the goals, constraints, and context on which to base their tactical decisions. These outputs then provide inputs into the operational decisions of lower-level managers. Despite all kinds of managerial and technological improvements, this traditional approach is still the most preferred approach in terms of business decisions. Presenting strategic alternatives in businesses and choosing among them stands in the middle of the debate about whether strategic management is a science or a craft. Because, at the strategic levels of businesses, on the one hand, the information derived from the data obtained through internal and external environmental analysis is evaluated, while on the other hand, creative activity such as foresight of the future and creating strategic alternatives are carried out. Undoubtedly, the craft aspect of the subject requires experience added to the knowledge acquired and leadership ability, which is generally not possible to explain in a book chapter. Therefore, this chapter of the book follows the scientific aspect of the subject and explains the fundamentals of strategic management and the strategic alternatives that businesses can choose in the context of various hierarchical levels, in the form of a process management. Business strategy can be defined as defining the long-term basic goals of the business, adopting operating styles and allocating the resources necessary to achieve these goals in order to gain competitive advantage in the market. The idea of strategic management not only supports businesses in choosing growth, maintaining stability, and defensive strategies depending on the effects of internal and external forces, but also indicates how they will be positioned in the market or what opportunities they can take advantage of by eliminating external threats with their existing resources and capabilities. Since a certain competitive advantage previously achieved cannot be maintained for a long time, this approach, which integrates external and internal perspectives, is important in a rapidly changing world. Because no matter what you are good at, others who imitate it will soon appear and turn your superiority into an ordinary feature. Considering this reality, contemporary strategic management has evolved from a perspective that sees strategy as a planning or a path to be followed to an understanding of strategic orientation. In line with this new approach, strategic management in businesses covers a 5-step process which consists of starting with reviewing the current vision, mission, goals, and strategies of the business, continuing with internal and external environmental analysis, then choosing the strategy after creating strategic alternatives, following by putting the selected strategy into action, and finally taking the necessary control and corrective action. A well-formulated strategy should ensure that the business becomes superior among its competitors and operating in an alignment with environmental conditions. In this context, among the various elements that form the basis of business strategy, the concepts of growth direction, field of activity, competitive advantage, and synergy come to the fore. However, considering the growth strategy is not a single option, as well. Businesses can grow and develop by following different strategic alternatives according to their growth orientation. They can choose among existing products and services or new or improved products and services. Then, they can offer these selected products and services to existing or newly developed markets. However, when deciding upon one of these strategic alternatives, it will be easier for a business to gain a competitive advantage if it examines issues closer to its field of activity and specializes in these areas. In order to gain competitive advantage and interrelationship among products and market alternatives, a policy of innovation and originality can be followed by businesses. This subject includes making innovative changes to existing products and services that will produce commercial results that will attract the attention of customers. A business that develops and differentiates its activities must also consider the synergy effect of its products and services. In this context, in addition to providing external integration to work collaboratively with other stakeholders, synergy can also be created by providing internal integration in applications such as team management, cross-functional teams, and matrix structuring. Porter argued that the strategic resources that businesses need to gain competitive advantage can be evaluated in two categories: cost advantage and uniqueness in customers' perception. On the other hand, he suggests that businesses can achieve their competitive goals by choosing broad or narrow market options within the framework of the industry in which they operate. Considering these two main parameters, businesses can, for example, pursue a cost leadership strategy, in which they aim to reduce costs in all business processes without reducing customer service level and product or service quality in the broad market. On the other hand, while providing services to their customers with existing products or services in the broad market, they may prefer differentiation strategies in which they offer completely new or renewed products or services that will ensure that the business is perceived as unique in the eyes of the customer. In addition, businesses operating in a narrower market environment can choose the focus strategy by using elements related to both cost leadership and differentiation. This is it for the 5th chapter. Dear esteemed logistics colleagues, thank you for listening and accompanying me on this journey. The new episode of the podcast series will be available soon. I hope to be with you in the next episodes. Since then, goodbye.